Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be doing another DIY video, part of my DIY week. This one is not necessarily anything you can wear, but it's something that's a little bit, well, it's good for school because I know we all get super stressed out. All of these kind of, you have college apps, you have AP classes, you just have tests in general, or, if you have social anxiety, that's the thing. I figured I'd show you what I personally do, twice a week-ish, just to kind of exfoliate and clean my body, and usually my face, but in general you can use this all over your body. I do like a sugar scrub kind of thing, and I've seen a lot of these videos floating around. It's pretty simpleness, sugar scrub kind of thing, so I'm going to show you what I do. It's a little bit of a twist, so I'm going to show you like what I use to create it, and then I'll actually show you the process. So here's what you're gonna need. First things first, you're gonna need a container of some sort. If you're going into a shower or bath, I definitely suggest using like a plastic container, because if you use glass, it's easier to drop, break, and kill yourself with, which is not what we want to do. No blood is needed in the shower. So definitely get something like this if you're going to be using it in the shower. If you're going to be using it, like, I don't know, outside, if you're just washing your face with it and then using like a warm washcloth to pat it off, then you can use a glass mason jar. I don't really care. But if you are going to be in the bath or shower, please be careful and try to use plastic. The next thing is going to be a spoon. Normal spoon. And the next part is like the ingredients. We're gonna need some sugar. I use this kind because it has larger grams and it's natural turbinado cane sugar, and it has a little spout thing, so that's the thing. So you're gonna need sugar. I personally add a little bit of coarse sea salt to mine because I like the way it exfoliates my skin. It's like a bigger grain of salt, so you can use normal salt if you want. I use sea salt, and you can use also just white sugar. You don't have to use this kind. It's all up to you. And the next thing is really easy. Another easy thing to find is honey. I use wildflower honey because reasons. It's just organic stuff from like Wegmans. And then finally, this stuff is oil. And I know you're like, why this looks like urine in a jar. It's not. This is it is infused oil that I made in the beginning of the summer. I used my own mint, and it's like making tea. You can still see kind of some of the little particles shaking around in there, which is alright. I don't know. You leave mint in oil for about 2 weeks and make sure it doesn't rot or anything, and then you like in a window, and it infuses, and then you strain it, and it's like in a cheesecloth, and then you put it back. So that's fun. I have an infused oil. This one's my mint oil. I like the way mint smells. And this one is like a natural, just common mint. So, but you can also use olive oil. This really looks like pee. This is really gross. You can use olive oil as well. It's very easy, just simple stuff you can find at the grocery store. Finally, and this one might be a little bit harder to find. You might have to go to like a certain specialty grocery store, but I don't really know, like a natural grocery store or like a Whole Foods or something. I don't know. This is lavender essential oil. You can probably find it at a health store too, because it's really good for you. I put this in my hair actually before I go to sleep, and it helps me go to sleep. It's a relaxing scent if you're into aromatherapy. So this is really good, and I put in a couple drops just so it smells fantastic. Alright, so on to how we do it. So first things first, you're probably going to want to get your bowl upon a flat surface. So I'm gonna relatively flat surface. This is on a sock. Ignore the mess that is my room. I'm going through a period of time in my life where I just kind of don't care about putting things away. So here's what it is. So the first thing you're gonna do is take some of your sugar, and you're just gonna pour it in there. I eyeball it, but I mean, just that much. I don't know if that makes any sense. I'm not very good at giving like proportionate, like 3 teaspoons. It's just kind of like, clop it in there. You're good. I don't know, just enough to fill the bottom at least, and then a little bit more. So you're going to take some sugar, and you're going to take some salt, and just put that, and then just enough to cover the top of the sugar. And then just kind of spread it around because that's how it works. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take some of your wildflower honey, and or just honey in general, doesn't have to be wildflower. Pour it in there, do like a, I don't know, enough to make it look almost like a weird egg, like a cracked egg, if that makes any sense. Just kind of like enough. You might have to add more later, but you know, that's okay. How did I do this before? Jesus. Okay. So, once that's all sticky and in there, you're going to take some of your oil, and this is where the spoon comes in handy. If you want, or I'm just going to kind of eyeball pour some of this oil in there, and enough to get in to cover the top. It's kind of a thing. And then you're going to take your spoon and mix it with everything. And if you need to add, like I think I added way too much oil, so I'm going to probably add a little bit more sugar. So, yes I am. Because I'm very bad at eyeballing things. Some sugar. You want to make sure it's like a thick paste. So you just kind of smush it all together. And I'm going to probably need more sugar, because I'm very bad at estimating. Ta-da! See, it's not a perfect science. I do this, it's always different, so, you know, it's not like add 5 teaspoons of this, add 4 teaspoons of that, you know, it's just kind of, you gotta feel it, that's what it's all about. Okay, so then you add all of that, and then once you're done, mine already smells kind of like mint, but I'm gonna make it lavender-y. If you're using an olive oil or like a, I don't know, like a vegetable oil, it won't smell like anything other than honey and sugar, which isn't a bad thing. But I'm going to just liberally, because I love the smell of lavender. Like if I had to smell like one thing, like if I had to personally give off the scent of something for the rest of my life, it would be lavender, because I love the smell of lavender. You just mix it, and yeah, it smells good. It smells like minty and lavender-y, so it's invigorating yet calming. And that's it, basically. Alright, so now that we have our finished product, this looks a little bit like a weird oatmeal kind of thing, especially with a spoon in it. After we have our finished product, you can use this. I would suggest right away, whew, I am not in center, am I? I would suggest right away, it smells good. But you can probably get away with waiting a day. It's just that sugar kind of disintegrates, so you gotta make sure that it doesn't, you know, melt, I guess, if that makes any sense. It doesn't really, like, melt because of warmth or anything, but, just disintegrating, I suppose, is the correct word. I'm really tired. I wasn't expecting me filming this late, but surprise, I am. So, this is what you get, and you can use it on your face. I normally use this instead of a shaving cream, because most shaving creams actually really irritate my skin. So when I shave my legs, oh god, shave my legs. I don't know why that sounded gross to me, because, you know, we all have legs. Well, most of us have legs, unless you're like a mermaid or some mythical creature. You can just, I put this on there, and I, you know, scrub it on, and then I let it sit for a few seconds, and then I rinse it off, and then I use like a Dove soap and go back over it, and then actually shave my legs. And it is like touching a baby seal. I swear to God, it's wonderful. So, here's this, and I'll see you tomorrow for another DIY. Bye everyone!